In programming, it's common to have a type that can have a finite set of values. For example, months of the year, seasons, type of cars, and the list is very long. The appropriate way to declare a set of constants is by using Java Enums. Hello and welcome to Zoro Code channel. In today's video, we'll go over enums in Java. Enum is a short for enumerated type. It can be created this way, as you can see, like a class or interface or an annotation. It can be at the top level and has its file, or it can be nested like an inner class. One of the reasons it's recommended to use enums in Java than using a bunch of constants is that they provide type-safe checking. It means it's impossible to create any valid enum value without introducing a compiler error. And that's because enum values are defined at the compile time. Let's consider the enum car body type. Behind the scenes, an enum is a type class that mainly contains static members. Each constant of the enum has the type of car body type. Here, for example, Malimu body is of type car body type and has as value sedan. Also, to get the list of your enum, you can use the method values. The constants of your enum are ordered and each one has an ordinal and a name. Example for that, I can print the name of each constant linked with ordinal, calling the two methods name and ordinal on each value, and I get the following result. Another useful feature is retrieving an enum value from a string. Example, I can use the method valueOf that takes as argument SUV, and it will give me my SUV value of type car body type. I think we covered a broad overview of enums syntax and use. Let's explore now some rules when using enums. First rule, you can't extend an enum. In my example, if I create an enum truck body type and I make it the child of car body type, my program does not compile. When I write or review code, I usually find the use of enums in switch statements. So second rule, when using enums in switch statements, use directly the value. In this program, I'm testing the value of body type. Now it's working and printing I'm driving Camaro, but what happened when I change and add car body type prefix here? My program does not compile, so always use directly your value in the case statement. I think you already guessed that when we called values earlier, that enums can have more than a list of values. They can have constructors, fields, and methods. So third rule, the semicolon is optional when you have only the list of elements, but mandatory when you do have constructors, fields, and methods after. If I add the constructor here without the semicolon, my program will not compile. Rule number 4. The constructors in enums are always private or implicitly private. Here, the private keyword is implicit, and when I use public, my program will not compile. Rule number 5. When you have one or multiple constructors with arguments in your enum, your values must at least call one of them. In the following code, I have this enum with two constructors. First one has one argument, engine type, and the second one has engine type and miles limit. When I run my code, I got the following error. And this happens because we haven't called one of the constructors in our enum values. I add the call of the constructors at each value, and I run my code, and now it's working fine. And remember, this must be applied to all enum values. If I omit the call at the SUV level, I got the same error again. Rule number 6. Your enum can contain methods including abstract methods, and those must be overridden by each value of the enum. Example, my enum here has an abstract method start engine. I run my code and I got the following error. Car body type is not abstract and does not override abstract method start engine in car body type. To solve the issue, I override my method this way at each value as we did for the constructor, and in my main, I'll call the method start engine on sedan and convertible, and now it's working fine. You can also override the methods having a body, but this is optional. If I change my method start engine and omit the abstract keyword and add a body to it, here what's gonna happen is the enum values that don't override the method will have this logic, and others will use their implementation. In my code now, as you can see, convertible is using its logic and sedan is using the default one because it's not overriding the method. Our video comes to its end. As you can see, enums are not quite difficult to master. We need only to respect few rules and practice. Please hit the button subscribe if you are not yet subscribed to our channel. This will help us grow, and see you in a new video.